Greetings, dear viewers. Today we are going to dive into the wonderful world of automotive history and talk about the legendary Chevrolet El Camino. In 1959, there was a car called the Chevrolet El Camino, which was Chevrolet's answer to the Ford Ranchero. In those days, pickup trucks were in fashion, and El Camino was lucky, as its basis was the famous Chevrolet Impala. From it, it inherited the engine, which determined the sporty character of the new car. The design of El Camino also corresponded to its sporty spirit. The car was low, with a long hood and a two-seat cabin smoothly blended into the overall style. The original cat-eye-like brake lights and the name El Camino, which means road in Spanish, completed its stylish appearance. The El Camino was powered by a six-cylinder engine with 135 horsepower or a V8 with 335 horsepower. Top speed reached 216 kilometers per hour, and acceleration to 160 kilometers per hour took 14 seconds, to 100 kilometers per hour, 9 seconds, which was an excellent result for a truck. However, low sales volumes, about 35,000 units in 2 years, forced the creators to temporarily stop production. In 1964, the El Camino returned, now based on the Chevrolet Chevelle. The design became more relaxed, but the choice of platform was successful, and in the first year almost as many cars were sold as in the previous 2 years. The range of engines was extensive, and the equipment depended on the owner's imagination and budget. In this form, El Camino existed until 1968, when a slight restyling of the model was carried out. The next changes occurred in 1972, when the base engine remained the same, but the top engine was replaced by a V8 with an output of 375 horsepower, which met the requirements of the American market. The El Camino already had a strong image of a sports coupe with a large trunk, and appropriate engines were required. Separate batches were produced with an output of 390 and even 450 horsepower. The highly boosted versions sold better than the base models. Over 200,000 units were sold in 4 years, which was a heyday for the pickup. However, in 1973, the U.S. introduced toxicity standards and requirements for internal combustion engines. As a result, Chevrolet reduced engine output to 275 horsepower and conducted another restyling. The car was produced in this form until 1978, when the final version of El Camino appeared. It was no longer a low-tonnage sports pickup, but a car of executive class with an appropriate appearance and quality of interior trim. In 1983, a diesel version of El Camino appeared, but its popularity was low, and in 1987 the model was removed from production. In 1995 and 2002, the company tried to revive the model, but it did not go further than the creation of concepts. Today, El Camino remains a popular brand, especially in the southern states. The car can be found on the streets, and it is not a rusty trough, but a minimum, a sample, brought to the state of a new car, and the maximum, a classic hot rod. Over 1.5 million pickups were produced in 27 years of production. The cost of a well-restored base model starts at $20,000, and in top kits it exceeds $200,000.